Hello, Angela Meiritz-Reid here, Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today I'm sharing with you how I created this handmade card for this week's Global Design project, and I've used the Hello Ladybug Bundle. I've also used this DSP here. It's the Altogether DSP. It's got lots of lovely black and white different graphics and designs. So I'm using the spots for this one. So to get started, I've just got a basic black card base. I've already just ready to fold in half and burnish along there. Nice sharp fold. And I've already cut down a piece of the DSP, and it's just a couple of millimeters smaller. I didn't want to leave too much gap around the edge, and what I've tried to do is trim it off on both sides so you don't get sort of uneven spots and dots. So it's about roughly, it's a little off, not too bad. So that is just glued down to that. Just try and get that even. There we go. And then the next thing I've done is I've already gone ahead and die cut these two from the circle layering dies, and I'll give you the measurements. The circle one, it's about 7.5 centimeters, which is about 3 inches, and then this is the coordinating scalloped edge that goes with that. So that's about 8.5 centimeters, which is about 3.5-ish inches. So I've gone ahead and cut those ready, and then this top layer here I have embossed with this gorgeous new Gingham embossing folder. So I'll just bring in my embossing machine, just put that on there. Oops. Clunk at the end. There we have that. So you can use, I don't know how well that shows up, but you can, it's really lovely. So you just need to adhere that onto the scalloped circle. Just press it down just to make sure it doesn't move. And then I'm going to stamp the butt of the ladybug. What I've done is I've set it up on the Stamparatus because I wanted to get a really good depth of colour, so I wanted to stamp it more than once if it didn't give us quite a clear image as I wanted. So I'll do the bug first. You could try and do this and just hope to get it in the right spot, but this just ensures that you do. See, it's not quite covered as well as I'd like. So just go really try and get hard. Press it down really well. So that's looking a little better. Might just go for a third time. Oh, that's great. Just works really well. And then I'm going to do the wings. And the same thing, I just really wanted a good clean. I'll just take that off now. When you've got something set up, you know, like this, it's good if you're going to be doing a few to do, because it's all set up and in place. Makes life a little bit easier. So I'll do that again too, just to get a good coverage. Just to, sometimes that's why the little spots are good for this sort of thing, because then you can just get the colour without the big pad in the way. Oh, that's great. So that's good, it worked out well. And then I've set the spots up so that they will go onto there. So that's in the black. I'll just take those off too so I don't get colour everywhere. I'm just going to make sure that's the right spot. Might have slightly moved. Yeah, just gives you a chance to get it a bit darker. It has slightly moved, but that's okay. It's not too bad. Just set that aside. Right, so now I'm going to bring in my punch, and I might just trim that off a little bit just so I don't could have stamped it a little bit closer to the edge. Pop that in there. They look nice and bright. And then this one in here. Again, line that up. That's okay. Get a good punch. And then, so it's a fairly quick and easy card too, it doesn't take too much. So if you were wanting to stamp a few, you could do that while it's all on the Stamparatus. So just with some dimensionals, let's place those around the circle. And just, I quite liked those. The gingham little squares on an angle, and then I'm going to add the ladybug's body, and same, that's going to be on dimensionals. Just pop that on an angle about there, and then the wings I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, and they just sit neatly up there. Easy peasy. And then the sentiment, it's got some white cardstock and the foam mat, which was on the Stamparatus too when I did that. So I'll bring in the Memento, and actually I'm stamping this upside down, which, see, I think I might have overstamped that. I'll just take a little bit of that off, getting a bit carried away. And just line that up against the edge. Hopefully that will be straight. So if you can do that and get at least one straight edge, it saves sort of fiddling around trying to trim it and get two straight edges. I'll just pop that in there. And then I've just kept that edge is just going to tuck in under there. I just want to cut a little flagged end here. So on a little sentiment strip like that, that's easy. Otherwise you can use one of your punches. Some of those work really well to create that little edge. And what I'm going to do is create this little, I call it a Tammy Bow. Tammy makes these great little double bows. Sometimes just adds a little bit extra, doesn't it, with more than one. So just what I do is just line it up there. I've been practicing on how to get this. And then there, depending on how big you want your loops to be. Don't want them too big on this one. That one is not wanting to. Just turn that around there. See, it's got a mind of its own, this bit of twine. And then what I want to be able to do is bring it together and tie it. So just you want to have it so that and then turn it over. So you've got one end going this way and one end going that way, and then you can bring it in and tie the knot in the middle. When Tammy does it, she manages to do it on her fingers. I'm not quite sure how, so this is my best attempt. Right, done. And then you can just fiddle around with it later. So then I'm just going to add the glue dot, just to pop that on. There, I think, and then just lay the bow onto that, just pull those apart, flick that up there, and the same thing here. Once I've got the sentiment on, hopefully that will flatten those out, and I'll just tuck that under there. And I'll just trim that a little bit shorter, and then I'm just going to add this, probably pop that a bit higher actually, I just might drop it down a little bit. If you're gentle, you can manage to pull those glue dots off like I did. And then I just want to pop under there. So I'll add some more dimensionals, and I'll just use these small ones. So tuck one here and a couple, so it goes over the knot. That should be okay. I usually just take that up to there, pop it under the wings, hope that it's still straight. See, not so good. About like that, I think. That'll go pressed down, and then if there are any dimensionals, just poke them in a little bit, and I might just add a couple under here so that it's not left hanging, because it's sort of double the height. I'll just pop two of those together and just tuck under there. And then I just got some rhinestones on those, just to add a little bling. It's the clear ones. So my handy dandy take your pick tool. And I've got a medium sized one just here, and a small one, just pop that in there, and then another small one, and just take that over on the, make that little triangle. And that's it. It's a really is a simple, quick and easy card. So I hope you enjoyed that. All the products I've used are available on my online store and are listed at the end of the video. And also a PDF tutorial is available via my blog, and I'll also add a link to my blog in the description box. So thanks very much for watching with me, and I hope you'll try making this. Thanks again. Bye.